Hi there, welcome to the Schwowin's Nest. My name is Sandra. If you're new to my channel, I do farmhouse home decor, thrift store flips, trash to treasure, and some dollar store budget-friendly DIYs. I went over to Dollar Tree and found some really neat glass items. This one looks like a gourd, and I found some other ones that look like pumpkins. I'm going to give all of them a couple of coats of white latex paint in an eggshell finish. This one has some really neat grooves in it that I thought looked like little ribs of the pumpkin, so I'm going to do this one as well. I also wanted to find something that would make a really cute tall gourd, so I found this plastic water bottle, and I'm going to do the same thing, a couple of coats of white eggshell paint. Next, I'm going to take some gray chalk paint and a small artist brush and draw some lines where you would naturally see the grooves of the pumpkin. So for this first jar, I'm going to do it in between all of these bump outs and just do a really dry brushed light line all the way around. This is another glass jar that I found. It also has a lid. You can see that off to the left there. I'm going to do the same thing. Just draw some gray lines all the way around and give it the look of a pumpkin. I've put the lid on the jar and I'm just going to continue matching the lines with the gray paint. I'm really liking how these are turning out, but I wanted to add a little bit more of a pumpkin or fall look to them. So I took some red and yellow acrylic paint, blended it together until I got the color I wanted, and now I'm going to dry brush onto all of these jars, giving this a little bit more texture and an aged, distressed look. I just love dry brushing because it always brings out the features of your project, the lines, the bumps, anything like that, gives it more character and more of a distressed and aged look. I'm going to repeat these dry brushing steps with the gourds, and I'm also going to add a little bit of gray just to give it some more dimension. The other thing I like about dry brushing is when you put your original coats on with a rough brush, you get some brush strokes, and that really helps to give some lines and some distressing, especially to a smooth piece like this bottle. It doesn't have a lot of texture to it, so the original paint is giving it the texture that it needs. When I was thrifting a while back, I found these zinc crown mason jar lids, and they fit perfectly right on top of this little candle holder from the Dollar Tree, and I just thought that would be the perfect addition to top off those little ones. Then I'm also going to use some twine and jute rope to cover up the knobs on these two to make them look like pumpkin stems. Once I got almost around to the top, I took some jute rope, split the strands in half, actually in thirds because that's how they're wrapped, and I'm going to use this to finish off the stem of this little pumpkin. When I'm wrapping twine around things, I always use my hot glue to secure it in a few different spots as I'm wrapping it around, just so it stays in place. I'm going to leave a few of these strands hanging out so it looks like some of the vines that you see on pumpkin stems. I also added some short pieces of the thick jute rope to act as the stem. For this one, to make it look like a gourd, I needed to add more of a top to it. So I'm using the thick jute rope and I'm going to glue it all the way around, but I'm going to narrow it each time I wrap it around in the circle so it has more of a rounded cone shape. And then I'll add another short jute piece of rope to act as the stem. I'm also going to repeat this same process for the large water bottle that I turned into a gourd. I'd like to take a moment and thank all of my subscribers and viewers for supporting my channel. I've grown really fast in the last month or so, and I owe it all to you. Thank you so much for your support. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and click that red subscribe button. Stick around a while and see what I'm up to. My next project is this Dollar Tree acorn chipboard piece and some burlap. I'm going to start by putting some burlap for the top of the acorn, and I'll just glue it across from one edge to the other. I'll then wrap it around the back and secure it in place with hot glue. I want the top of the acorn to have some extra texture, so I'm going to be doing some folding of the burlap. So you can see that I've just folded it there, and I'm going to crease it just a little bit with my fingers, and then I'm just going to put some hot glue and place it down where I want that fold to start. So it's actually pretty simple to do. Just make sure you don't burn your hands. I did do that a couple of times, even though I do have those silicone finger tops from the Dollar Tree. I just always forget to put them on. I'll keep folding this over until I run out of burlap, and then I'll be adding another piece on the top just to finish it off. I've got my burlap section all completed, and now I'm going to add some small twine to the top of the stem just to give it a little bit of a different texture. I'll start by gluing it at the back and then just wrapping it around and gluing it as I go just to keep it in place. For the bottom portion of the acorn, I found this beautiful fuzzy yarn with all these gorgeous fall colors at the Dollar Tree as well. And I'm going to start by hot gluing the first section at the back, and I'm just going to go to town, wrapping it all the way around, gluing it occasionally as I come around the backside, all the way down to the bottom of the acorn. It turns out so cute. I just love this idea. Look at how cute this acorn turned out. I just am so in love with it. For the last little final touch, I'm taking a little piece of burlap oak leaf and gluing it onto the top. I hope you enjoyed my Dollar Tree pumpkin decor today. If you did, I'd love for you to hit that red subscribe button and the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Thanks so much for watching to the end. See you in the next one.